So I'd like to take the time right now to just kind of briefly explain what my ministry will look like this summer in the Czech Republic, as it varies slightly from years past. I mean, I've served as the youth group student. More recently, I did 2 years as an intern, 2 summers, should I say, as an intern, where I was just handed one aspect of camp, to organize, whether that be just making sure, taking care of all the aspects of sports and sporting events at camp, or making sure all the aspects of the evening program came together, the band, the speaker, just making sure all that happened. This year, I've actually been asked to step up and co-lead an intern team. And what that means is I will be partnering with a girl, Emily Kloffenstein. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. Emily is actually serving a 6-month extended internship. She's been there since, I believe, January. When I arrive, me and her will be joined by 2 other interns, and we will be leading them through, I believe, 3 sets of English camps. Our roles as leaders will be working with the Czech churches, working with the American churches, and coordinating the English camps, basically. When we first get there, of course, there'll be team building. I'm really excited about that, as our 2 interns, I guess, the 2 people I'll be in charge of. This will actually be their first time out in the Czech. They've both done missions trips before, but they haven't been to the Czech, so that's kind of exciting to be, sharing their first experiences in the Czech, a country that I'm sure me and Emily both love dearly. So that'll be great. Kind of give you an overview of the schedule of our summer. We'll be there from mid-May to mid-August. Our first month, after probably a week of team building, we will be traveling to the 3 or 4, maybe 4 cities that we'll be working with in the Czech, and just making sure, see how registration's going, if we can help them out, by being their American presence in the school, like, hey, we're Americans, sign up for our English camps, so be it, we'll do that. Kind of have fellowship with, the Czech Christians, getting to know them, building relationships with them, as our sole goal is to run alongside them as they build relationships with their lost friends. We're not to take, the forefront. We're not supposed to be out in front, but rather supporting the Czech churches. So we'll do that for the first month. Then we'll probably take another week team building before the Americans arrive and the camp actually start. So that's probably going to be May and most of June. At the end of June is when we'll begin training for the American churches when they arrive. Before we all head off to camp, we'll probably take a week just to go through what to expect, any last-minute details, kind of guide them through, our experiences. We'll have like a round table of, just experience where, they can ask any last-minute questions they might have. We'll also iron out any English camp or English lesson questions, which is one of the great qualities of the English camps that we offer, is that we actually do offer quality English. We do not hide the fact that they are Christian English camps. We do let them know that there will be Christian talks each evening, but we also let them know that we are not going to shirk our responsibilities as English teachers. I mean, right now, the American churches will be working on their English lessons probably 3 months, 4 or 5 months before they actually head to the Czech. So this isn't just something that they throw together the day before camp. The training there will be just, offering any last-minute advice on, how to deal with maybe a difficult student or maybe a student that's struggling. But there will be quality English lessons, and these students are paying for English, and we are going to give them the best possible English lessons that we can. And so that's what training will cover. We'll cover the English lessons, as well as the gospel presentation, how to share with the Czechs. After that week of training, we'll head into a week of camps. Camps go from Saturday to Saturday, doing all that crazy stuff. And then after camp, it's usually followed up by 3 to 4 days of follow-up. And what that is that after camp ends, the Czech Christians, the American Christians, and their lost friends will then travel back to whatever Czech city hosted the camp, and they'll hang out for 3 days. Basically what that establishes is that, it strengthens those bonds outside the safety net that camp is. Camp provides like an isolated, safe place where, friendships can build without having to worry about outside pressures or, responsibilities, or TV, or sports, the sports commitments. But really, they can just, hang out and be together 24/7. And so what follow-up does is that it shows that those bonds can still survive outside of camp, so that when those students ask their friends to come to church, the next week, they can know that, hey, my friend is asking me, and not some, weird person trying to get me to join a cult. So that'll be happening. I guess it'll be up to me and Emily to decide whether or not we go to follow up, or we might just let the American youth group do that and let our team rest. Because there will be 3 basically rotations of that, training, camp, follow-up, training, camp, follow-up, training, camp, follow-up. And it'll be on me and Emily's shoulders to make sure that our team isn't burned out by the 3rd camp, where, we're just going through the motions and we're not providing the same energy and enthusiasm and basically effort into that 3rd camp. We want to make sure that we can just pour as much as we can into each 3, and equally so. So that'll take us the next month, pretty much from the end of June to the end of July, beginning of August. We'll be doing training camp, follow-up, training camp, follow-up, just back to back to back. And then after the final camp and final follow-up, I'll basically take the next week and a half of just debriefing and, enjoying time together. But we'll debrief our time together and basically just enjoy, what, God has done from us. By then we hope to hear some reports of, how many students are actually attending youth group or the church, and just enjoy the fact that, God used us in that process. So, that'll be great to hear. And, the Czech is a beautiful country. It'd be a shame to go there and not just enjoy the, the beauty that God has created. Just the diversity there, and the scenic scenes of nature. They're all from God, and it'll be awesome just to relax after that long summer and just enjoy time with God during that. And that'll probably take us right up to the end, and we'll send them off. I'll come home, and I believe I actually get back 6 days before Moody starts back up, so I'll be hitting the books not long after that. So that's basically the ministry I'll be doing in a nutshell. Hopefully throughout that time I'll be posting videos, thoughts, pictures, so you guys can look forward to that. But that's my ministry goals for the summer. That's what I'm hoping to do.